Ready, set, peach. Well, greetings one and all. Howdy, and welcome to DragonCon. I'm just practicing for when I'm at DragonCon. I'm Tom.
I'm Galen.
And this is 15 Minutes of Fume.
Oh.
Peach edition. Labor Day weekend, the lab is going to be reappearing once again at DragonCon after having taken several years in quarantine, not being at DragonCon. Our favorite con of the year, the one where we see the most of our friends, people travel from all over the country, nay the world, to come party half naked in Atlanta. And we, sell to those people and then we fall asleep fully clothed in our hotel rooms at 9 p.m. I will be there at the BPAL booth this year. Galen's staying home with Disco. Oh my god, it's already, speaking of practicing for DragonCon, it is warm in here. I got this fan at Midsummer Scream this weekend, and that's our friend. This drawing is inspired by our friend Mabel, who was here last fall reviewing Halloweenies. Hi Mabel. What is this? It's from Monster Posse. It's not sponsored content. It's a fan and I'm hot. So we are going to sniff through, there's like is it 9 total perfumes that we're going to be selling in limited quantity the weekend of the event at DragonCon. While supplies last, and we're also going to have a limited run of them online that are going to go on sale the morning that we start selling these at DragonCon. They'll also be available online, again, I must say, in limited quantity because of the lab's move across country. We are simply not available to make endless refreshes, and so if you miss out on these, then I'm very sorry, but it's just like a kind of a special con exclusive, weekend of the event exclusive thing. Okay? That's why we're doing this video so early, so everyone is prepared. Someone sniffed it, you heard about it, you know what you want. Maybe you'll get it.
Maybe you won't.
Maybe you won't. It's an element of danger. Let's just, we can sniff these in the, in the order that I emailed about them. If you want to go fish that email out of your spam folder, you'll have the list, or it's on all over social media. So we're gonna go through these pretty quickly because, some of them are not super complicated, don't require tons of description or imagination. Some of them did not have scent notes listed, and that is where we are here to help. Okay?
Okay.
Galen's still here. Okay.
I guess.
The first one we're doing is Chrome Peaches. Shing, shing. Like a Mortal Kombat noise.
Oh, I was thinking T2.
Oh, it works. It works. There's got to be some more MK T2 crossover potential. No scent notes listed for this baddie, but we'll smell her.
But it will make your arm turn into a silver point.
Yes, which you will then stab someone with through a carton of milk. Yes, okay. I'm smelling peaches. I'm smelling Liquid Metal Terminator, right?
Yeah, is the chrome a metal? Like,
Yes.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, it's just like metal peaches. It's funny to think of a chrome peach as like perfectly as a weapon to like, you just drop that in a tube sock and then you can just like totally put someone's lights out. You know what I'm saying? To a lesser extent, you can do that with this bottle, but it's just going to be more of a like thwack, ow, instead of like a true, coup de grace.
Did you just hit me with a chrome peach? Jesus.
Put a little bit on the skin. It's got, okay,
This
so
is
it's
interesting.
Yeah, it's like a cool silvery metallic with a fruity aftertaste.
I wonder what inspired her to make metal peach.
I mean,
why did she?
Truly, her brain just goes in a bunch of different directions, and also we're working with what we have available, because again, during the move, we're just reaching for bottles that are there. It's like, what can we make with what we've got that's exciting and original? And here's where we're starting. What I like about it, it reminds me a little bit of the Erica Clash perfume, the Game Over one, which was like a coppery clove, anime girl video game death scent. And this is like in that vein, and they would probably layer really well together. There's definitely, the peach is warm, and it's kind of warming up the metal to where I'm getting almost like a car overheating situation.
Someone stuck a peach in your tailpipe?
Sure.
I just like, I'm still so floored by the combination of peach and metal that I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even, I want to know why this happened, because I think it's really entertaining, but I'm just like, what a choice.
I'm
It's
floored.
really good.
I'm floored in advance by all of the peach in the tailpipe commentary, which we have to look forward to after this video is published. Yeah, it's like it's kind of it's like a duet. It's like a relatively simple combo of those two elements, so not too much imagination required, and I feel at this point our time is better spent moving on to peach milk. I mean, again, kind of like a simple thing, but like, what kind of peach? What kind of milk? What are we dealing with?
The T2 stabs you
Through
in
the milk.
neck through the peach milk carton.
Yes. Peach milk is the residue left after being stabbed through the peach and the milk carton by a silver spike. There's a whole story. Maybe
If
there's like
people
more
have
about
not
it.
seen Terminator 2 and they're just like, what are you fools talking about?
You were the only one who hadn't seen it until we were
I was
together.
the only one.
You were the
in
only
the
one
world.
left, and then it came out in theaters, and we went and saw it in theaters, and you got
3D. In 3D. It was so much fun, I have to say.
Okay, I actually put this right on the skin without even describing it first, so let's start there. Really, really warm, sweet. I'm getting almost like a peach crumble because I think the milk is a kind of a warmed up, toasty milk smell. I don't know.
Did you already put some in the skin?
I did. I cheated or forgot or the
You
heat got to
excited.
me. You know.
It's very creamy.
It's,
I mean, yeah.
So
go figure,
this
but-
is not going to sound flattering, but you know, if you know, you know. Like the first thought that I had was that wonderful from childhood Quaker peaches and cream instant oatmeal, which is like a really comforting smell from my childhood. It doesn't smell exactly like that, but that was just like where my brain went because it's like, warm, peaches, creamy, and then there's like some kind of like toasty, almost like creme brulee thing going on with the milk note. So it really, I mean, that's where I think I'm also going like peach crumble.
Yeah.
Just like really gorgeous foodie scent. Really foodie.
Really foodie.
Yeah, it's none of that like we did something recently where it was like this, you know, skin musk and milky, creamy, whatever, and then it seems like perfumey and like a human body. This is like, I want this in a bowl in front of me.
And then what?
And then what? Then what's that Terminator up to?
You did not know that this was going to be so Terminator heavy, did ya?
We never know what we're doing.
The pop culture references take us over.
Right.
We don't.
It's just kind of how we spend most of our time.
We don't do this on purpose.
None of what you're seeing today is on purpose. It's all, we've done 137 videos or whatever, and every single one of them has been completely by accident. It's like a Westworld thing. Just every day you wake up and the Sweetwater theme is playing, and it's just like, oh, I think I'll film a video today.
Either way, it's a lot of robots today because we just did T2 and now we're on to Westworld.
Yes.
So what's the next perfume?
Pomegranate Peach Martini.
Oh.
How a Terminator kicks back and unwinds after a hard day of terminating.
Right.
Okay.
It's for
Clang, clang. Okay.
the city-dwelling Terminator.
It's so funny. I just went to look up the notes and then I was reminded again that there are none.
On the level.
However, they are listed, I think, in the name. Pomegranate Peach Martini. Wait, cheers. Okay. Ooh. So this goes in a totally different direction in that it's immediately like boozy and more tart. It's cooler because that peach milk is like really warm and sticky, and this is like cool and boozy and sticky.
Have you ever had a martini?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've only had one.
Oh.
And it was at my friend's bachelorette party thing, and I don't even remember what it tastes like. So
Because you drank 11 of them.
I had one.
That you remember.
I had one.
Well, this is yet another thing that we could fix today. We could go out for a martini later. It's attainable, kind of like T2. It's just out there.
We can watch T2 later.
And have a martini.
Ooh.
It doesn't sound like us. It's nice after smelling several peaches in a row to get like a new fruit note
Yeah.
to play with, you know, and they really complement each other quite well. The tartness of the pomegranate really brings out a different kind of color in the peach, and the peachiness, because I always feel like the sweetness of the pomegranate note, it's a little general for me when I encounter it sometimes, and the peach kind of defines it and gives it like a bit of a sparkle. And then it's got this beautiful boozy vapor rising off of it, just like we will after we drink our martinis in front of a James Cameron masterpiece. Many pomegranate peach martinis were consumed by, what's her face during the filming of that movie. What's her face? Angelica Houston.
Yeah, she not involved in the production at all, but
she
she was
would've-
drinking a lot of martinis during that time.
She would have been great. No, what's her face?
What is her face?
The actress. From T2.
You know it. Linda Hamilton.
Linda, astrophysicist. Just
Wait, now that I've said it, I have immediate doubts that is her name,
No,
right?
that is her
I was
name.
like, I said it so assuredly that I was like,
So it's warm and
Wait.
also
peachy.
it's warm and peachy in here. It's getting peachier in here by the minute. This one smells really nice with the chrome peaches, by the way. I just think it's something about the martini note.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
keeping it boozy, getting a little woozy, got some good fan rustle. Peach absinthe. Again, relatively straightforward, shouldn't be too hard to imagine if you like the Lab's absinthe fragrances or are open to an absinthe experience, which tells me a lot about your college life. Okay.
I've never had absinthe.
Oh my god, we have so much drinking to do.
I'm not a big drinker.
We're just not. We're not those people. Okay. So I really was a huge fan of pumpkin spice absinthe, and I was really excited about this one because yet again it's an example of something kind of like sweet and warm mixed with absinthe's like herbal coolness to create a really interesting palette that I think has surprising depth. Here, the peach is almost like candied
Yeah.
compared to the other ones that we've smelled, in the bottle anyway. I am an absinthe drinker. I do like an absinthe, but I don't have it very often. And if I have an absinthe perfume, then it just like helps me feel like I am, still connected to the experience without, drinking constantly. So I am one of those people. I like foodie fragrances that kind of like scratch the craving. I like the boozy fragrances, again, scratch the craving. Maybe I'm just using perfume as a crutch in my self-discipline. And you know what? I love that for me. Any thoughts on the fragrance?
I like the herbal chill in this. It really does.
Yeah.
It takes it somewhere else.
Oh,
Yeah, the peach
yeah.
is kind of like a sweet candied peach.
There's like a whole color palette world opening up here with like the cool green absinthe and the peachy peach. This is the kind of perfume that I would have like pitched to
This is
Beth,
really
and
nice.
I didn't have to, and she just did it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, very happy to have her. I should mention that we did skip the
We lost one.
peach glazed donut with mango chunks, which I think is in my friend Ted's couch.
We-
Because when Gilman brought them home the other night, and then we went to go watch TV, and I couldn't resist digging around in them, and I think it's probably in the couch. So the good thing about that one, having sniffed it in the bottle, is I can tell you that it smells like peach glazed donut with mango chunks, and it's not one that has like a lot of mystery behind it. I like the Lab's like mango note, which is like kind of bright and shiny, and it adds like just a different dimension to the peach flavor, different tartness. So sorry about that. Our loss is Ted's gain. So now we are on peach, coconut cream, marshmallow, and nougat. I love a nougat. So nougaty. Is it almond? Is it pistachio?
It definitely smells like almond.
Is it a melange of nuts? Chock full of nuts. I love it. I mean, we've noticed in the past that anything with like the almondy note tends to be really bombastic in the bottle. So this is definitely a try on the skin moment to see like what lies beneath.
I'm not really getting anything aside from like the almondy.
Well, at this stage we've smelled like 4 other peach perfumes, so that makes the peach note maybe a little harder to differentiate.
I suppose maybe the creaminess of the coconut cream I'm also getting.
Definitely. Yes.
But the almondy
its
quality is very strong.
It's just blasting. Yeah, when you smell a bunch of the same note, I don't even know if there's any on there. If you smell a bunch of the same note one after another, you really start to lose it. I mean the note, not, you know.
Well, no, both.
No, I'm losing it. I'm having a meltdown. I'm spiraling. This is just like a foodie heaven scent. The peach is blooming on the skin.
Yeah, I gotta give that a moment, because all I'm getting is like what I got in the bottle. Which is like almond cream.
Yeah, but I mean, what a cream.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
The marshmallow?
Mm-hmm, is there. The marshmallow is like a little warm and toasty. Like, just like a warm, gooey marshmallow. It goes hand in hand with the nougat, really, so, you know, those two are difficult to tease apart. I mean, the peach is there. There's just kind of like a peach nimbus, like a glimmer around it. And the coconut cream is there, making everything like coconutty, but it's not like blasting, you know, like some kind of a pina colada sunscreen situation. Just like a really, that's what makes this like, I think, a really good foodie scent. Is it just is all part of the same dish, like something that you would just eat every bit of with a spoon and then wish that you could order a second round, but you're too self-conscious to do that in front of other people. So maybe you can come back here alone sometime and have as much as you want. So now we're going to do the peach, lemon peel, and sugared blackberry. I feel like I know where I'm at with this scent already. You know what I'm saying? As a traveler of peaches, I feel ready. Oh, it's like so sharp and sparkly. Like with the nougat one, I just like wanted to like scoot in and like nuzzle it and just let it wash over me, and it's great because this one has just like a real like tart stabbing little prickles, you know? It's nice. Exactly as described.
Yes.
I can smell all 3 of the notes listed.
Yes.
Present and accounted for. They all are delicious and play well together. I'm exclaiming because the second I put it on the skin, it was like blackberry. That transformation, the warping of your perception the moment something is on your skin is so fascinating to me. Like the difference between in the bottle and then like fresh on the skin. And that's not even factoring what comes out later, but just that instant transformation.
It's on me because I was definitely getting the blackberry in the bottle right there. But then when I put it on, I smelled more of the peach and lemon immediately.
It's just itself on the skin, only more so. Really beautiful spring, summer.
Lemon peel, very bright.
Yeah, it's great because the lemon is like blackberries are tart. It's not like the sweetest of notes, and lemon is like full on sour. You know, so the peach is doing all of the heavy lifting sugar wise. And so this has like a freshness, and it's not like super like gooey and cloying, you know, the way like a 3-fruit perfume blend might easily go.
It's not fruit salad.
No. No one would
else.
eat this fruit salad, you know? It's like the kind of fruit salad that like Mariah Carey might have on her rider to have in her dressing room, but like she doesn't eat it.
She doesn't eat it. She just wants people to think she eats fruit.
It's the idea of it.
Really, she just eats
all that pink toilet paper.
Peach donuts with mango chunks. All that pink toilet paper, yes. But she can have as much toilet paper as she wants.
Okay. It's not funny. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but like, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
The blackberry note in our perfumes always strikes me as like very adult. Maybe it's because it's a fruit that kids don't like so much. It's like kind of like a it's just got like a darkness and a bitterness, I think, that is like really more of a sophisticated fruit. It's the 13th fairy of the fruit world.
I loved blackberries as a kid,
Okay, well,
but I was not a
you're like a
kid.
special fey creature. That yeah, like no one's Galen. I mean,
All right.
that brings us to ridiculously sexy Galen. I'm sorry, ridiculously sexy Peach. This is one I know people were very curious about because there are no scent notes listed.
And they're like, how
It's
ridiculously
just
sexy
ridiculously
is it?
sexy. Ingredients include peach and ridiculous sexiness. Okay. So I was curious about this myself, like what could it possibly be?
This peach smells dirtier than
Yeah,
the other peaches.
this is like the peach that you take out of the tailpipe. Like it's immediately familiar to me, and it took me a moment to figure out why. And I think that it's smut.
Mm.
I think that this is peach smut. I can neither confirm nor deny this from the perfumer, but I think that this is like smut is like what, boozy musks, right?
It is, and actually, the longer that I smell this, the more I'm getting it. I could grab a bottle of smut if you want to.
It's too hot. It's too hot for smut. And I've got this. No. I believe, I said what I said. And other people might smell other things. Well, there it is. I'm like, why isn't any... just throw it on me. It's not super sweet. It is extremely horny. Without being, like, extremely sweet. That's why I think it's, like, musk for sure. Like, I'm sure it will dry down and get sweeter, but there's, like, really...
I smell the sweetness of smut in here for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
It's like a kind of like boozy, incensey, extremely sexy. Like I was expecting it maybe to be a stealth snake oil, but it's not. I think it's peach smut. So if that means something to you, then go hog wild.
Yeah, really like a ripe, dirty peach.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, and again, I've smelled a lot of peaches right now. So, and this is something I think when people are at our booth, we'll talk about this in a minute in terms of the sniffing protocols at the booth, but like, it's just remember that if you're smelling one peach scent after another, maybe take breaks between and smell something different between the peaches,
Yeah.
just so you can really get a sense of the different peaches, because I really do think that when you power through it like we're doing, like the nuance of the note itself in repetition kind of begins to blur.
Right.
And you become scrambled. So that brings us to our final one. This is the one that I'm most excited about personally, which is the Peach Kissed Daddy by EFFY. Like, one sentence elevator pitch background of this is that EFFY is an incredible queer pro wrestler that we did a partnership with years ago that was debuted at Dragon Con when it first came out, which was called Daddy by EFFY, and I have the notes for that listed here. And EFFY really... we created this as a kind of an all genders daddy scent, Daddy is... anyone can be daddy. I think if 2022 has taught us anything, it's that, daddy can be anyone.
Daddy is a state of mind.
Daddy is a state of mind. Just like the South. So the scent is a roll in the hay with a sexy demon daddy, a diabolical incense with a splash of bay rum, and a hiss of infernal fougere. So... that's been out there for a while. It's a thing. It's like a good incensey, grassy, kind of like the roll in the hay, like is definitely part of the scent.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this smells, after smelling 7 other peaches, this smells so different than it did the other day when I first tried it. In the bottle, okay, so like I liked the EFFY perfume. I like this so much more. There's something about it. When EFFY was first, we were talking about perfumes for the lab. He had mentioned wanting to do something like kind of fruity. Oh, hello, Disco. I mentioned fruity and then the dog showed up. You finished eating all of your peanut butter treat in the other room? Anyway, he was open to the idea of doing something fruity, but then, we went in a different direction. We even had like an early prototype of Daddy that I think was like a grapefruit version. Something
Yes.
fresh and sparkly, citrusy. The peach, to me, Peach Kissed Daddy seems right. And not just because it evokes mental images of wrestler buns, gay wrestler buns, but There's just something about that warm, sweet Georgia peach. In addition to like the kind of like there's like the brimstone and cologne and like grassy hay notes of the original that I really think just like that's the stuff, man. It's so great because there is like a kind of a sour brimstone note in Daddy, and that blends with the tartness of the peach like so smoothly that there's almost like a perfect circle gradient of different notes going on here. It's a little fresh, it's a little masculine, but it's got a peach in it, you know? This to me is like,
yeah, it's so good.
A really well-rounded total fragrance. Like the other ones, a lot of the ones we have are excellent because in their simplicity is part of what makes them so attractive. I like that we had something in here that is just like a little more. Yeah. So thank you, Effie, for trusting us with your peach and letting us put it on the label again, put it out there in the world. We were hoping that maybe we could attract him to our booth at DragonCon, but of course he's a wrestler and is out there getting his head caved in with a folding chair somewhere else at that time, so perhaps for the best. So that is all of the peaches that we have, minus the one that we don't have. Very sorry. You're welcome, Ted. Oh yes, I was going to speak very briefly about the sniffing at the booth. There are going to be redundant, repetitive reminders about this, and it's good for people to just be prepared. If you're at the convention, masks are required at all times at the convention, but they're not checking for vax status or negative tests this year so far, which, like, why? But I mean, I know why, and that's depressing. So we had proposed booth protocols in the past for the couple of events we've done since the pandemic, and this involves being at the booth in limited numbers, more spread out, masked at all times, and requesting tester strips from the booth employees of the individual fragrances you wish to try. Now, in the past, one of the things people love about our booth is anyone can grab things and smell things and open lids and poke your nose in, and it's very exciting, and that's part of the fun, and we know this, but like to keep us safe throughout an entire weekend and to keep our guests safe, it just can't be that way. So we're going to have you request tester strips, and here's the rub. You may not move or remove your mask in order to smell the tester strip. And it's instinctive. Like, I watched this at the Midsummer Scream Christmas event that we did, where people, even though they're masked and they know the protocol, there's just this that you want to like get in there, and people instinctively go to smell. And I was encouraged because at least I know they're inhaling instead of exhaling when they do that, but like we're there all day and there's just going to be like thousands of people. So one thing I will tell you now, and I will be sure to mention later, is that we learned a trick at the last event that if you hold the tester strip up here above the top of the mask, around your forehead, third eye area, you actually can smell it. Almost like it's like the same as if you had taken your mask off. The airflow is such that if you hold the tester strip here, you can actually smell it like perfectly. So please consider that, and know that if we hand you tester strips and you go to like move the mask, we are going to have to just like tell people case by case, you know, please don't. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news in person and even now, but it's just going to be the kind of thing we have to drive home because we're going to be seeing a lot of people and we don't want to contribute to anyone's illness or come home and get sick. I don't want to make Galen sick when I get home. So that's what we're dealing with, folks. That's the con for now. That's the reality. So, well, that's a bummer to end on, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh well.
That's what disco's for. Hold on. Here. Come here. There, I made it better. So that's our Peaches video.
Which one do you like the most?
You smell?
It's like, I like the one that smells like peanut butter.
Yeah. I had to like wash my hands after I made his peanut butter treat because I knew I was going to come out here and smell everything and I would smell like peanut butter. So you're kind of like a little peaches and cream dog, aren't you?
Yes.
He really is.
Oh.
What was that? Did he make like
A little gurgle grep.
Great.
Like,
Ah, perfect. Well, now there is your Hollywood editing. So take care, everyone, and we'll be recording more soon. Maybe at the end of the week. We'll see. Bye.